everyone. It's Katrina with Sacktown 5. I'm here on the Capitol grounds with our Senator Bradford, who's kindly invited us over to share a very interesting topic. We've been talking about cannabis a lot lately, and he has a Cannabis Equity Act. And I'm going to actually hand it off over to our senator here to kind of share a little bit about what the act is about, who it impacts, and who can actually participate. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your interest.
Absolutely. We love what you're working on, and I know it's 2019. Prop 64 has obviously been passed. A lot of people are interested in learning more about opportunities in this space. As somebody, I'm a minority myself, grew up here in the United States. Parents are immigrants, and a lot of folks are talking about where are the opportunities for folks to be able to get into the space now that it is legalized around California. So what is this act all about?
SB 1294 was passed last year in 2018. The governor signed it. It creates this opportunity for people of color, women, our disabled veterans to enter a market that has promised to be the new green economy and create billions of dollars of revenue for the state of California. And I'm just stating, if it's going to create this kind of opportunity, then it should represent California as far as those folks who are able to enter this market as a entrepreneur or business opportunity. So we want to make sure it represents California.
So what does the act actually do, and who qualifies to participate? I have so many questions around this.
First, it provides $10 million to provide assistance, be it fee waivers and technical assistance, helping with licensing. And again, it helps people of color, especially those communities that have been disproportionately impacted by our 40-year war on drugs, primarily in black and brown communities, regardless of where they live. They were the ones that were impacted the most, and making sure they have opportunity to, again, experience opportunities in a rich promise of this cannabis market. It also provides 4 staff positions in the state of California to also review these applications and making sure these are real diverse people, because a lot of times we find out in a lot of the supplier diversity and equity opportunities, they put fronts up, so to speak.
Interesting.
It'll be a man-owned company, but they'll have their daughter as the principal, or use a minority as a shield, or as I like to say, a social lubricant, so to speak, to get in the door, but it's still controlled by a male. So.
Well, what are we expecting from this act? What do you want to see?
Hopefully, again, people of color having an opportunity to open businesses. And many times when you think about cannabis, usually folks think about 2 things: growing and selling. But it's way more. It's testing laboratories. Everything that hits the street from seed to sale has to be tested. So it's an opportunity to create testing laboratories. It's delivering the products. For those edible CBD products, you have to cook it, you have to prepare it. So opening up commercial kitchens and making the product, the packaging, the marketing. So it's a whole litany of opportunities that I hope people will see and want to be a part of. Even like I said, you have the delivery service companies like Ease. So we just want to make sure that it represents the great diversity of California. Access. And currently right now it doesn't.
Right. And I've been hearing a lot of that from the industry folks as well. It's an expensive market to get into, or sector to get into. Taxation has been a big component of this. There's a lot of dialogue coming out of Capitol on that, as well as bills. As far as diversity, you mentioned certain communities. As of right now, we've talked about Los Angeles, correct me if I'm wrong, San Francisco, Oakland, Sacramento. Are those the 4 main cities? Are there other cities that are going to come on board, and how does that look?
Without a doubt. Well, when we introduced the bill last year, it was first going to be a statewide initiative and creating these equity program statewide, and after talking with the governor, they said let's narrow it down and focus on those cities who've already made a commitment. At the time of the bill signing, it was only 4 cities, as you said: Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, and LA, that had bona fide diversity programs and social equity programs. Since then, about another 5 to 10 cities have introduced ordinances to enter this space. So this money will be available, these services will be available to those communities that have a bona fide social equity program. And with the advent of the $10 million, a lot of cities now are interested in saying, oh, there's resources to help us. So they're now moving in the direction of establishing an equity program.
What about a mentorship program through this? Is that a component of it, or is it so new that we don't have that quite yet? Are you thinking about it?
It's not a mentor program, but the 4 staff level positions are going to provide some kind of guidance and assistance, working through the technical glitches that you go through in getting the application, getting your license. So there will be assistance there. Now, our long-term goal is to have this ongoing funding. As you will agree, $10 million is not a lot of money when you think about the state of California. So we're hoping to have ongoing, based on the success. The money just was rolled out this month, in the month of March. So we're excited about that, moving those resources out in the community. And hopefully at the end of the year, we'll have a clear example of how it's worked so far, and hopefully be encouraging to have ongoing funding in this area.
And so it's almost like a pilot as of right now. You guys are trying it out, trying to see what's working, what's not, and if if it looks like it's a success going forward, hopefully more funding and its continuation. Folks in this industry have also said that every day there's almost some new regulation or something new that they have to handle. Coming from a community where you already have obstacles in the way and trying to break into this business, and obviously a time where there are opportunities around, tapping into potentially this grant from one of these cities that allows it, what kind of feedback can folks give, and how should they give feedback to your office, especially since this is your baby in a sense?
I mean, letting us know where the glitches are too. I mean, not only from the local level, from the state. The state has a major role in playing, in this, and making sure that it's implemented correctly. Again, those 4 key positions that have yet to be filled, that's going to be critical as well, making sure we have oversight and assistance in giving us guidance both on the local level and the state level on where improvements should be made, where we can tweak this program. So I kind of say we're building the plane as we fly, but it's a lot of interest, and we've had great examples of, again, those 4 cities that already started equity program, and we just want to build upon that. And even though cities such as Oakland and San Francisco have had their programs in place far longer than others, they're still running into obstacles as well. So we want to overcome those, and so it's a lot of lessons to be learned from what these 4 cities are doing, so we can improve this as we move forward.
Are there deadlines people should know about at this point? I know that you can go obviously to the website, look into it further, application process with your city, contact folks. But are there anything that's standing out right now when it comes to this act that the people who are interested in applying should know?
No, it's no deadlines, and as I stated, the money just became available of March of this year, so I put some stuff out on social media, so we might want to encourage folks to now apply now. Reach out and let it be known.
Actually, let's let our viewers know what's your social media handle and information.
On Twitter, it's Steve Bradford, and
we're going to post this, and we're going to mention our senator's information on there as well. But make sure to follow him, because obviously he's in a space that's very interesting. This is an innovative space, cannabis. A lot of dialogue around it continuously. And our senator, as you heard himself say, that he's been this is available money. And if there is an interest, you do fit the profile, this is a space you want to get into, make sure you are looking at all the resources that are out there. We'll continue to have these dialogues. We'll keep a close eye on what's going on in the space, as well as the results, because this is a pilot program, as you mentioned. This is all new. We're learning as we're growing, and good luck with all the application processes. Thanks for that. As it follows, Stacktown 5.